Welcome back, everybody. Do you ever have that feeling like you're being watched? I'm not the one to be talking because there's a recording camera right in front of me, but watched by something that's not sentient. Oh, like that mudkip over there. That's kind of suspicious. Is it possibly sentient? Oh, I have the perfect explanation for this. Toy Story, one of my all-time favorites. Now I have nothing else to do for the next few minutes, so might as well talk about this. The year was 1995, and computer animation showed its worth with the very first fully computer animated film, Toy Story. A film about a simple premise. What do toys do when you aren't looking? Turns out, simple stuff, like play video games, cards, and have meetings. 15 years and a sequel later, a 6-year-old Nate became a big fan of the franchise. Alongside the third installment of the series was a tie-in video game for the Wii, PS3, 360, PS2, DS, and PSP. I got the Wii and DS version shortly after its release, and the PS3 version a few years later. The Wii, PS3, and 360 games are practically the same, while the DS version is its own little entity, and the PS2 and PSP games are separate as well. The PS3 version is arguably the best, due to its exclusive content of playing as a Zurg, along with extra tunnels in an extra little town. The Wii version runs like the world has been downsized and it runs really poorly, and there are far more loading times here as well, which I think we can all agree sucks. But that's enough chitter chatter. Let's jump right in. So we start off with the train scene from the beginning of the third film, and man, what an intro! So we are riding Bullseye, Woody's trusty steed, avoiding lasers from Porky Pig. And the next thing you know, bam, train level! And yeah, this is epic. The train has lots of orphans who have been tied up by the aliens, which in normal canon are good guys. Very well then. Anyways, after flinging them off the train and saving some orphans, we land here. Well, I think what I'm about to do is going to make PETA frown. But that's okay with me. Step 1. Toss a ball at the launch button. Step 2. Load cow onto designated catapult. Step 3. Fling the cow. What? They're made out of plastic. I would never harm an animal in real life. Huh, that was fun. And look at the cow, it's now stuck in its own dent. Okay, third best train level of all time. First off is Locomotion from Uncharted 2. Next is Train Rush from A Hat in Time. But this gets third place. Get your priorities right, Watch Mojo. Next, we land in Andy's house, which is basically a large cube where you can swap between Buzz, Woody, and Jessie. Oh yeah, big house level, that's fun. You need to apparently find stuff. Therefore, this is a fetch quest. Okay, while I play this, I'm starting to have even more questions about my very own possessions. But after that, we are now in the video game section from the opening of Toy Story 2. That's right, I said 2. This game is titled Toy Story 3. Toy Story 2 had its own game well over 20 years ago. Besides being in the wrong film, this is probably the closest we will get to the opening scene from Toy Story 2. Now the game based off of the second film is entitled Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, and all of the locations remained on Earth and there were no space sections. So it's good to finally have some sort of thing based off of that first section. At least there was an unlockable cutscene about it in the second game. So in other words, this is fan service, and as someone who thinks the second film is the best in the series, this is fantastic. And the rest of the rudimentary levels in the game are related to the film apart from the final boss, which is a muffin invasion. This takes place in a haunted village that you need to defend. It's being attacked by Agatha Harkness, who is sending cannibalist muffins after you. Okay, let me get this straight. The climax of the third film was that garbage scene. At what point was there a muffin invasion and an evil witch trying to kill ya? Is that some sort of Mandela effect or parallel universe thing? I am so confused. There are a few other off-canon sections like this, like the Space Sonic-esque rail level, but they're not as prevalent. Among these levels, you can unlock little cards and playsets that you can see in Al's Toy Barn. Along with these are unlockable cutscenes, which are always nice to have. So overall, there is a decent amount of replay value in all this. That being said, this game pulled a Bowser's Fury on us and added an open world called Woody's Roundup. I'm home. This is the best part of the game and is where I spend most of my time. This whole town is based off the fictitious Western TV show from Toy Story 2. Again, wrong film. Anyways, this world is pretty massive and is split into multiple different areas. We have the main town, which is the biggest area and is where you can customize buildings, do quests from villagers, and have access to other different areas. A farm where you can grow crops and play with cows. A bandit hideout where you can catch bandits. Cave sections with fun platforming. And racing challenges, which are just fun to fool around in. You can also talk to the citizens in the town for missions, which guide you to building your perfect empire. But if you complete enough missions, you can go to the Al's Toy Barn kiosk, based off of the second film, to purchase more goodies and areas. Again, Toy Story 2, what the hell? Al is never even mentioned in the third film. Here, we can unlock Bullseye, cars, Army Men side minigames, a racetrack half-pipe area. Oh yeah, there are 2 special areas for racing. One with lots of half-pipes, and one with long roads and blocks to crash into. You can also unlock Sid's Haunted House, featuring music from the Disneyland Park Haunted House attraction. Okay, this one's actually pretty cool. A Zurg teleporter, which sends you to space, that plays some oddly familiar music. Where have I heard this before? Oh yeah, Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko, the secret lair area. That sounds oddly familiar. And an enchanted Sprixie Kingdom. Unfortunately not the one from 3D World though. Each of these areas has a platforming Rayman 2-esque level inside of the main thing in the center. These levels are creative, including awakening Frankenstein, charging a teleporter, and violently murdering the Sprixies who kidnap the princess. In the Sprixie Kingdom, you can unlock a fire-breathing dragon, which you can ride and glide with. You can also shoot fireballs from it, which is epic. But if this dragon is not badass for you in its current state, bam! Baby dragon! Yeah, now this is badass, don't you think? This here goo is something else. You can press the button and a sentient blob of goo is produced. Fling the green one at something, boom, mega. Fling the pink one, bam, baby. So if you think that riding Bullseye is too boring, think again. Oh yeah, and we cannot forget about the invasions. Those are cool. That's right, every now and then the main town area will be invaded and you have 3 options. You can either A, use one of your weapons, including a zappy stick from the haunted house, the blaster from the Buzz Lightyear ride in Disneyland, the strawberry wand from the Sprixie Kingdom, and the UFO signal launcher. Shoot something and bam, reinforcements from above. Now, if you were to try using this gun on the Wii, damn it. But these enemies don't stand a chance against your weapons. B, watch them terrorize the town. Or C, just stay in one of the areas which is not targeted and avoid them. The choice is yours. And while playing, you can just run around aimlessly and enjoy the scenery. But if the world is lonely, you can invite a friend in split-screen multiplayer. Yeah, you can run around aimlessly with a friend! Along with that, there's time trials where you race on Bullseye or the dragon and go for the gold. And you can also decorate the town. Since you are the sheriff, you can suggest what people wear by violently flinging them into the building and choosing an outfit. Along with the people, you can customize the buildings. Wait a minute, I'm not being a sheriff. I'm being a dictator. I like that. And since I am the highest in power, I gave all the buildings monster themes and made all the citizens wear clown costumes. Because of that is comedic. And that was Toy Story 3 the video game. Unfortunately, most of the elements were from the second film, which had its own shot at a game back in the N64 and PS1 era, which is kind of surprising. If this is fan service, then yeah, this game is great. But if they're just used as ways to gap the places where there's nothing there, then this is kind of lazy. Playing this is just plain fun. No microtransactions, no online, just simple fun. Unlike some of the other Disney games at the time. Now this game became the basis for what the Disney Infinity series would become, but they just had to ruin my art style. And you can tell that Disney Interactive Studios really was passionate about this game and made it really good compared to other platformers on the Wii. Now that we know what toys do when we're gone, I'm going to install some security cameras to ensure that nothing suspicious happens. And damn it, that mic keeps missing!